This is the plaintiff, Thomas Schultz. He says he worked for the defendant on his basketball team for 3 days. He's been waiting more than 6 months to be paid for his work and is now suing him for the $105 he's owed. Some people. This is the defendant, Keith Moore. He says the plaintiff was an intern for him for a couple of days, and he gave him intern tasks to do. There was no agreement he was going to be paid, and he has no idea where he's coming up with $35 a day for 3 days. He owes this guy $0. He's accused of committing a real foul.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says he worked for the defendant's basketball team and he didn't get paid squat and he wants his money. Now, the defendant is saying that the plaintiff was an unpaid intern and unpaid interns don't get paid. It's the case of dribbling his way into court.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Schultz, you are suing Mr. Moore and Moreland Productions, doing business as the Rochester Razor Sharks, because they did not pay you an agreed upon sum when you worked for them. You tell me, what's your story?
So back about, it had to be a little over a year ago now, I was just looking for a little extra cash on the side. I had a full-time job. I just wanted a little something that was not obligation, not like a part-time job. But so I looked on Craigslist for some work. And I've never done Craigslist work before.
Was there a particular reason why you were looking for another job?
Yes, I actually was looking to get a little extra money to purchase a rescue dog.
Okay.
So I worked. I emailed Keith back and forth about a opportunity to work as a shot clock. A person that worked the shot clock when basketball players shoot. I don't follow basketball much, but I said I'll do really any task necessary. Give me a little bit of learning time.
Where did you see the advertisement?
It was on Craigslist. It was on the gigs section of the local.
Okay. Did you happen to take a screenshot of the advertisement?
I had not taken a screenshot, no.
Let me suggest to everybody within the sound of my voice, whenever you answer an ad on Craigslist or, eBay or whatever it is, always take a screenshot of what you're answering so that there's no wiggle room for the other side on what it was that the deal was. But all right, so you answered the Craigslist, and what kind of work do you perform?
Just some mundane labor tasks, like I would clean up sweat off the ground for players so they wouldn't slip. I worked the ticket booth a little bit. I even did an ice cream run, and I even recorded half the game. So I really did whatever Keith needed me to do,
And according to you, the agreed upon price was $35 a day, and you worked 3 days and did not get paid. Is that correct?
Precisely.
Okay, so Mr. Moore, what's going on?
Thomas Schultz, we thought was an intern. In the line of work that we do, we have a bunch of interns that need college credit, and he did a bunch of menial tasks that an intern would do. We never knew that he was going to be a paid employee. Every employee that we had was already working in our snack bar, and like he said, he did a bunch of menial tasks.
What do you mean you never knew? You mean you were never supposed to pay him? No,
all of our interns, they do work for us so that they can earn college credit to find out if the.
Okay, but according to him, you put an ad in Craigslist saying that you were going to pay $35 a day for this job. And according to him, he answered your ad. Are you saying you didn't put the ad?
We had 2 ads up. One was for snack bar help, and the other one was for interns. We thought that he answered the intern ad because he was, a young guy. He looked like he was college age. Never did we ever.
So just because he's in college, you decided that he was working for free? Are you saying you never committed to paying him the money?
You're correct. We thought that he was an intern, that he was just helping us out for college credit for his courses.
Okay. Well, did there come a time when you realized that that is not what he was doing?
No, even now, when he did contact us, it just sounded like a rogue intern that was just trying to get compensation as opposed to just the college credit.
Okay. So, college boy, can you prove what you're saying?
I can, yes.
How?
So I brought in some evidence of text conversations with Keith and myself, as well as email threads going over the $35 biweekly agreement.
Here is your text. Is this February of this year or last February of 2020, correct?
2020, yes.
This is Tom. My Cash App is blah, 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 blah. And he tells you it's $105. And your answer isn't, what are you talking about? You're an intern, college kid. You're supposed to be, your answer's okay, cool. Then he says, just wanted to give you a gentle reminder of that outstanding 105. And you say, okay, we're trying to get everyone paid off, not you, scammer. And at the end of September, he sends you a text saying, I hope you and your family are doing well. I am contacting you again for the $105. And you say, so sorry for the inconvenience with so many challenges with the state of civilization. What's your preferred method of e-payment? Where are you saying to him that you were a scamming liar and we were never supposed to pay you? Because it sounds like you're the scammer who just wants to nail the college kid. All he wanted was $105 so he can pay the adoption fees for a doggy. Just $105 that you were supposed to pay him, clearly, because I see over and over and over for a whole year, that's what you're telling him you're going to do. So, Mr. Moore, explain how it isn't you who is trying to scam him from his $105.
The entire time I was talking to him, I thought it was another paid employee that worked in our snack bar. I did not know it was Tom. I thought Tom, from the beginning, was an intern.
Well, I guess you got it wrong, because you, if you are a manager, ought to be a little more organized. He answered your ad for $35, and for a year, you're texting back and forth. So I'm not going to hear you say that now, because to me, and the rest of the world watching you, it just sounds like you guys ran out of money and want the college kid to eat it just because he happens to be in college. No, $105, verdict for the plaintiff, plus your court costs, plus prejudgment statutory interest in your state from the time you were supposed to be paid. Good luck. Pay the man.
So the plaintiff does prevail. Mr. Moore, the judge kind of lets you have it there. You got to pay him at least $105, and there are going to be added costs on top of that. Don't you feel a little guilty or not?
Not a bit. The judge didn't realize that he came in as an intern. We never agreed to pay him. This is an atrocity.
An atrocity. Okay. Well, the judge definitely does not agree with you in this case. As she put it, pay the college boy. Okay? Sorry, but that's the way it works out. Mr. Schultz, how do you feel? You feel vindicated a little bit? What are your thoughts?
I'm feeling like over a year in the making, I've been waiting just for some justice, and justice has come and prevailed. And I appreciate the judge's time in this. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Indeed, you deserve it. Good for you.
I'm going to give you some friendly advice, Marilyn. If you ever borrow so much as a stick of gum from Tom Schultz, you best pay him back with a whole pack by sundown, because he is nothing if not persistent.
Good for him.
And squared away. I got to hand it to this young man. He's a hardworking guy. He's working 2 jobs, and he just wanted to get paid. It's only $105. That's
and
probably
he was
just
so
pocket
patient
change for him. Really.
He was so patient the whole time. He was patient. You know, it was a matter of the principle.
And persistent.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, if you're managing a business, management is expected to know who's working for him.
He knows exactly who's working for him. That is just, he is making up this whole thing about, there were 2 ads at the same time, and I didn't know he had applied for what. It turns out he's in college, so now I'm not going to pay. What is he talking about? From February, over and over, all of the texts showed it.
The text messages and the email messages tell the story. He was squared away. They ought to give him a management position.
Exactly. He's more squared away for the Razor Sharks than the defendant
and
was.
He even did something nice with the money that he didn't really get here. With his own money, he went and he brought a rescue dog.
Yeah, he did end up paying the adoption fees for the rescue dog. Yeah, he did.
So Andrea wants to know this. Hey, Harvey, what are the best 3 things to remember before going to court and having your big day? Evidence. Evidence, evidence. Evidence is king in court. Bring photos, bring videos, bring documents. Think about not only what you need to do to prove your case, but anticipate what the other side might say and have enough evidence to rebut it.